He goes, because if you don't pay for it, you won't value it. I really wanted to know because I wanted to know the pathway, right? I was always looking for the path. And he said, well, it started by me going to a seminar. And I said, what's a seminar? He goes, it's where this man who's super successful over decades, he takes all the best of what he's learned and he teaches it to you like in an evening, like 3.5, 4 hours or a weekend, if you go for his longer programs. And it can save you a decade or two. And I was like, wow, I've never even heard of such a thing. I said, could you get me in? And he said, yeah, but he didn't have any follow-up. So I said, well, will you? And he said, no. And I said, well, what do you mean? You just said I'm a great worker. He goes, because if you don't pay for it, you won't value it. I said, look, man, I make $40 a week as a janitor. I'm here working for you. I'm going to school. I'm supporting my family. I said, if you can get me in, it would help. He goes, no. I said, well, how much is it? He said, $35. Now, $35 would be like $250 now, to give you an idea with inflation. So it was a week's pay, baby. Let's speak 3, 4.
How'd you get the dough, man?
But I took the money. I thought it was the biggest decision of my life. And I went and sat in this seminar. I drove up my 1968 Volkswagen Baja Bug that exploded when I turned it off and handed the keys to the valet and went to this business seminar with a blue leisure suit I got at the thrift store and fake gold chains. I was going to make this happen. And I sat in this room with all these older people and he was talking and I'd read so many of these books. I took this reading course. I was trying to read a book a day. I didn't, but I read 700 books in 7 years. I'd read a lot by that time.
Almost like Cat Williams.
Yeah, right. And then I'm finishing his sentences. And so then I eventually got the chance to go to work for him. And I went to work and I learned to give speeches because I really believed in what he was doing. And then it just grew. Then eventually I got exposed to what's called neuro-linguistic programming. Some of your audience may have heard of NLP. In the 70s, it was the breakthrough when it comes to creating change. And you could learn how to eliminate a phobia in less than an hour, not 7 years.